You're listening to The Hour of the Time. I'm William Cooper.
For close to 20 years. Then in 1990, after a divorce, he moved to the Idaho compound of the racist anti-Semitic group Aryan Nation. He became their national spokesperson and recruiter. In 1992, he organized the Aryan Nations Youth Fest. But later that year, he left the group. Now he's speaking against hate groups, sharing his inside knowledge about how white supremacist groups operate. I asked him why, as a long-term neo-Nazi, he decided to leave Aryan Nations 2 years ago. He told me about the turning point.
I had been told by the leadership, the people above me at Aryan Nations, when they found out that my son was born with a cleft palate and a cleft lip, that he was a genetic defect and that he would have to be euthanized, which is a polite word for murdered or killed, because he was a genetic defect. Now, I don't want to tell you, Terry, or the listeners, that in that very instant, I stopped being a racist. It took me 2 months from that point to build up the courage to leave the compound and also to examine, is this what I want to do? You know, but I couldn't get beyond that stumbling block.
Were there other things that were giving you doubts about Aryan Nation?
Not serious doubts. I mean, there was days, like any other individual, when, be it work, be it play, be it whatever, you have those doubts. But they don't stay very long because they're fleeting or whatever. So I never seriously questioned what I was doing. I never seriously doubted what I was doing. But after that was said about my son, and I had time to reflect, to think, examine how I felt, I couldn't get past that wall that what was said about my son was wrong. But then how was it all right for me to say the same thing about people who were born different than I was, because of their skin color, because of their faith, without being hypocritical? You know? And again, I don't want to convey to the listeners that getting over racist ideas and political thoughts and organized racism is something that a person does in 48 hours or 24 hours. It's been a year and a half now, and I still struggle with racist ideas. I still struggle with sexism. But unlike what I was doing in the past, I confront it. I confront it by the people that I associate with today. I confront it internally, now hiding behind something.
The group that you were a member of and national spokesperson for was Aryan Nation. What separates Aryan Nation from other organized racist groups? What's their focus?